foolishness. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Just brushing up on some of my favorite literary classics. Even if a page turner like this isn't up your alley, did you know our libraries offer so much more than classic books? There's also things like passes to local museums. You can download ebooks onto your Kindle device. And super cool things like a team gaming program. Visit your local library and see all it has to offer.
Hello, I'm Gabe Ortiz, and this is WEDU Arts Plus. Based out of St. Pete, the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is a morning radio show about hip-hop life and urban culture. Meet the hosts who inform and empower their listeners.
I'm Jabbar Edmond. I go by Mr. Edmond. My role, I'm a host and I'm co-founder.
My name is Brother John Muhammad, Your Brother John, YourBrotherJohn.com. And my role on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is host or co-host.
I just go by Qiana. Sometimes you may hear the guys call me Q. I may say Q just depending on my personality that day. And I'm the female of the crew. I think I keep balance when you look at the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. So that's my role.
And I'm Bruce Moore Jr. A lot of people do know Bruce Moore Jr., obviously being born and raised here and going to school here, but there's many more people that know Reno.
St. Pete is small, and so the good things and bad things that come with a small city, you know, everybody knowing each other, of course, would be one of the pluses.
My neighbors were not only just my neighbors, they became my family.
Trying to put that back now, like really getting back to a place where we know our neighbors and we look out for each other. It was a St. Pete that existed, you know, south of Central, and then there was another St. Pete that existed north of Central and downtown. It was a struggle then, and I think it's still, you know, somewhat a struggle for black people in the city of St. Pete.
Even with every step of progress we make, it's still a struggle to, implement that progress.
Did y'all hear about the weed college, the first cannabis college
in Orlando?
Talk to us, Soprano.
No, yeah, I've been looking at it.
This is serious, y'all.
Over a year ago.
If you got the charges, go and get the degrees, King. You got years of experience, man. It ain't like you come into a classroom with no data.
Elon Musk said that a drug dealer knows how to manage and run a business better.
I can't believe that.
The real facts, man.
I'm all about education. But what I'm saying is that we carry this industry on our backs.
The way we started the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, Jabbar approached me about what could we do, how can we do something together, and then an opportunity to promote Amendment 4. Amendment 4 is the, voting rights restoration to returning citizens. We were able to negotiate a deal where we got like 30 minutes on the radio at 99 Jams to talk about, Amendment 4 and other local, policies.
Yeah. Wake up, yeah.
I see you faded. You faded, man.
Blend in.
Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Qiana.
I am the one and only Mr. Edmond.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That?
See That.
And we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in and helping us to redefine what's cool. What's good, y'all?
Oh, it's Monday.
It is.
Money Motivational Monday. Motivation, make your money Monday.
Slow motion Monday.
Move your body Monday. Move around.
Make it happen Monday.
Make it happen. Yeah.
If y'all,
Make no excuses.
Oh, make no excuses Monday.
Monday, yeah.
Monday can be so much.
It could be.
And then it starts. So, people will debate us on this, but it starts the top of the week.
Who would debate that?
The second day of the week.
See,
okay.
There you go.
Monday's the second day. Okay.
So,
First day of the work week, second day of the week.
However,
See, that's how you put it all together.
Man, everybody can be right, man.
Everybody can be right.
Look, it's the second day of the week. I go along with that.
All right.
Why don't I start on Sunday?
Because it's supposed to be your rest day, the 7th day.
But that's the first day.
That's Saturday.
Yeah. See how I go?
I'm just saying.
You see. How was your weekend?
My weekend was great. I made it back here.
Okay. You do anything fun?
Oh, so
exciting,
I did.
Revolutionary?
Not revolutionary.
Revolution.
But I did some. So my sister came in from Miami.
Okay.
Well, she's really my best friend, but we call each other sisters.
Yeah, at this point.
Yeah, we've been friends since we were 3 years old.
Yeah, all family, no friends.
So yeah. And Leslie's birthday was this weekend. So we went and got massages. We went to Lala's. We went.
Like that was your birthday.
I
I need friends like that.
And then we went out to eat. We went to
that was all over the world.
I think it was downtown St. Pete.
What's it called?
Rosino's.
Okay.
Then y'all was at Urban.
And then we came to Urban.
I mean, Urban is.
And we went to the Catalyst.
And the Catalyst.
Oh, so
22nd is really becoming the place to be.
So well, they went to the Catalyst. I didn't make it to the Catalyst. I lost my car key. I didn't lose it. I left it.
Yeah. That's
at the restaurant.
This is becoming a pattern, Qiana.
Well,
it's like a card though. You can lose that. It's like I gotta
put it with your. You have a debit card. Put it with the debit card.
Yeah, but when you always have the card out.
But here's the thing. So I got a key card. Oh, I left my wallet.
See, just don't worry about it. See, don't you even worry about it.
I'm rushing to be here. But I got a key card for City Hall, right? And I had like the lanyard, and I was playing with different little things. But then I just put it in my wallet, and I just hold my wallet up to the thing, and it worked.
It might
like it worked through your wallet.
So you know what? It probably do. But this is I worked the car with my phone.
Okay.
So
what do you mean you work the car?
Like I cut it on, cut it off. You know what I mean?
Phone.
With my phone.
That's too smart.
And so yeah, so I and they almost threw away the key. They was like, "Oh, we thought it was."
We didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
They didn't know what that was. A business card. I don't know
they
what
thought
this
it was
is.
a room key. And I'm like, "No, that's my car. That's my car key, please."
That's what's up. Buddy.
So yeah, how was your weekend?
It was good. I mean, actually it was phenomenal. So we let me see. It started out. What did I do Saturday? It was good. I had the boys.
Nice summary. Summary.
Yeah,
I like how you summarized that.
We on radio time. But I have spent time with my grandsons this weekend. So we got 3 August birthdays. 3 out of the 4 grandchildren are born in August. And so we had a birthday party. My daughter actually put it on. And they had the bounce house and all of that stuff. And so, going to hang out with them. And then they came and spent the night with us, me and my wife. So it was cool. Had a good weekend. Spent some time with the grandchildren. I watched Painkiller on Netflix. That was interesting.
It's a series.
Yeah, it's like a series.
It is.
Yeah. So
was it good?
I mean, all Netflix movies are like series. So that's kind of
that's their brand.
That's their brand. Yeah, that's their brand. So they'll do like even if it's like a 2-hour movie, they'll break it up into 30-second parts.
And you'll think you watch
your full 30-second parts, and now you're watching the series.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Marketing genius. Stuff.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. What about you, Mr. Edmund?
Great weekend. Big shots. I want to double click on the August birthdays. Happy birthday to all the August babies. Yes. There's a lot of them. I don't know what December, Christmas Eve, and I don't know what people was doing.
Yeah,
it's cold. So people bought this. It's cold. It's the holiday season. People giving you gifts. You feeling extra, like you know what I mean. You like
you got them Thanksgiving babies and them Christmas babies.
A good time in August a good time in December make an August baby.
Well, you think so? December, all it make the August baby. November babies come from Valentine's Day, like somewhere around there.
Okay.
All right. I see that.
So I got a Valentine's baby.
See?
All right. I hear that. All right, so good morning around the world. How are we born?
So you
born? Ohio.
Ni hao.
Okay.
What you got?
I ain't got
around the world, man.
Hey.
You don't got nothing.
I got hey.
Hey is universal.
Bonus DS. I can't say bonus. Bonjour.
Guten morning.
Guten morning.
Yeah, guten morning is one.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah.
That's the backwoods country.
How you doing? How you doing? You got a would you rather for us?
Yes. Okay. This one is kind of simple in my mind. Mm-hmm. Would you rather be with no electricity or no water? I'm doing no electricity.
I'm no electricity.
Yeah, I think that's
I need water in my life.
Yeah.
Because you could be real creative.
Yeah. We can light some candles.
We can get some wood.
Burn some sage.
Yeah, all that.
Burning sage at night in the dark. Where them people up there?
Yeah, because you got candles, you got like flashlights.
Mm-hmm.
You can make it happen.
But you can't find water.
Yeah, I thought about that. So
yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
That was
easy. That was
where's the easy button?
That was painless.
Quick and painless, right? Well, put it in the chat. Y'all let us know what you think. Would you rather have no electricity or no water? No electricity or no agua. So speaking of no agua, we'll get to that in a minute. And really just being prepared for no electricity and a bunch of water. There's some bad weather going on. But you can't hear me?
No, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, yes. I can hear you.
Okay, good.
Okay, cool. So this week in history, let me see what today is. Do you know?
August 20th. Is it the 20th?
21st.
Oh, it's the 21st.
Yes.
So do you have an elderly person in your life that you love and appreciate? Anybody?
Yes. Most definitely do.
Yes.
Well, today is National Senior Citizens Day. August 21st is the day to let them know how much you care, and it's an opportunity to recognize their accomplishments. In 1988, President Ronald Reagan proclaimed this holiday to raise awareness about issues that affect senior citizens and their quality of life. So today, seniors are still active in their communities, as well as continuing to have a strong presence in the workforce. So for all they do and have achieved for the good of their communities, senior citizens deserve our thanks. And today, if you haven't thanked the senior citizen already, then now is the time. That's better. That made a big difference.
Yes,
wow.
So that's what I was.
Welcome to the party.
Okay, thank you. I'm here now. I'm here. Just turn it up.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you be say no electricity.
That's right.
He take no electricity. So so today is Senior Citizens Day. So thank a senior citizen. Shout out a senior citizen. Let them know that you appreciate them if you don't already do that on a regular and consistent basis.
Is. Our senior citizens is a little bit different.
Big shouts out to the seniors though, for real.
Yeah, man.
Y'all the backbones of the community.
Looking forward to being one day.
Working on it.
Yeah, really actively striving to be a senior citizen.
Active senior citizen.
Yeah, that's what they said. They're active in the community and still in the workforce. A lot of older people.
Yeah, going back to work, going back in, coming back out.
Yeah, it's good if they are able to go back in because they want to just do something. The fact that they got to go back in because they can't afford it.
Oh yeah, that whole thing.
Like, what if they can get two retirement, like retire twice?
Yeah, there's places that let you.
I know people who've done that.
That's what I'm saying.
They retired one time.
Yeah, they retired really young.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Went back in and retired again.
Yep.
Yeah, retired.
Double
50,
me up.
Started at 20, retired at 50.
Double me up, and then or start at 16.
Yeah, and then the job you start at 16 is that one you can retire from?
Man, I know somebody that almost did.
Okay, almost made it.
Yeah,
almost.
It get tricky.
Yeah, it do get tricky
with them young retirements.
I hear that. Sharonda, what's good? I see you not doing your thing.
Go ahead.
Also, the modern United States receives its crowning star when President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed a proclamation admitting Hawaii into the Union as the 50th state. The president also issued an order for an American flag featuring 50 stars to be arranged in staggered rows, 5 6-star rows, and 4 5-star rows. And the new flag became official in 1960, but today is the day that Hawaii became a state.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And Hawaii catching it, man. With the storm, I think they're saying they still got like 1,000 people are still missing.
Wow.
After the fire.
Wow, 1,000?
They said 1,000 people missing. Yeah, that was one of the headlines. It was like 100. Last thing I saw was like 106 were dead, and then 1,000 are still missing.
Wow.
And 86% of the fire hit residents a residential property.
Because I seen they were talking, because people went over there, like Oprah was over there. She gave out pillows. They asked Oprah to leave because she had the camera with her. They were in the shelter. So she was like they just showed the pillows at this point.
Okay.
But she was in there trying to help. But then they was like, no cameras. So she had to stop the cameras. But she went out there and they filmed.
Okay. but Oprah couldn't film. Yeah.
And then I think it was Paris Hilton who went over there. Somebody else was over there, and they was criticizing because they were on the beach after they did some donations. So
they went and gave, and then after the pillow giveaway, they went to the beach.
But I mean, you're on the beach. Like if you're staying at one of the hotels, are you not supposed to just?
So this is what they said, that the tourists were still being tourists, and this is a time for mourning for the people on the island.
Yeah,
and so they whole culture different than ours.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're in a time of mourning, like island wide.
Yeah, man.
Not just right there. It's like 6-7 islands.
Right.
So island wide, they all like in a mourning state, and tourists still coming.
Yeah. And they're saying like this, it's just disrespectful.
It's a clash. They really clashing.
Yeah, because we got something going on over here, and y'all can't wait to get to the beach.
It's a different culture.
Yeah.
It's a real culture clash.
They like, sorry for your loss. Let me step over there.
Yeah. Get to this beach.
What do you think? Hawaii is somebody's like dream vacation.
Mm-hmm.
But it's somebody's home too.
No, it is. So you look at it both ways. So if somebody spent their life saved their money to go over there, and the flight is the hotel is still available, they're still bringing money to the economy, which they do need over there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You can't.
I just ain't gonna plan my trip right now.
Well, we have natural disasters. We done been doing,
but our culture different. You know what I'm saying? Our culture around, death and stuff different.
So if you go over there and help, right, and you're staying in a hotel, so you're not supposed to just go out there and watch the sunset and just be grateful for what you have?
I mean, if you gonna honor their culture, you ain't. But if you ain't gonna pay no attention to their culture, then you do. I'm just saying, if you going and honoring their culture, you're gonna be like, okay, I ain't gonna hang out.
So let's go to the culture. So you're just telling me that even though they're upset, they're never just walking outside?
I mean, they walking outside, but I think it ain't what you do is how you do it.
It was a family. They weren't even doing it. They walking.
Oh, you seen the video?
They
were snapping.
They
were snapping on the people
because they like, hey man, respect.
Yeah, we had
what's going on?
We got 1,000 people missing right now. We just lost 100. That's what the last number I saw.
I'm trying to figure out.
We probably lost everything. 86% of the houses that caught on fire was residential homes, so people ain't got nowhere to stay. And you ready to go surfing USA?
No, nobody said surfing, right? But
just the beach.
Whatever you do on your vacation.
So I don't went and labored with you.
Maybe a jet ski.
No, listen, I don't went and labored with you. Gave you my hard-earned money, and then now my wind down is just for I done brought my family over here, my little baby.
Okay.
And I'm over here helping you, doing whatever I can. I done did my 8 hours.
Okay.
Right.
So after the 8,
I need
skate,
to wind down.
8 and skate.
No, I'm just saying. And now I'm winding down. I'm on the beach, so I can't just go out.
It's dicey. It's dicey.
I don't see how it's dicey.
I ain't saying whether you can or you can't. I'm just saying,
chime in.
Be considerate.
Facebook. Or,
sometimes that stuff is inconsiderate.
They want inconsiderate to me would be them like throwing a house party.
Okay.
Them having an event. You walking. You just going.
I didn't see the video, so maybe
it was just them
I should see the video.
You see how me and you walk into the building. You saw how me and you walk into the
right.
That's all it was.
They just walked and people had a problem with them.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to say.
Yeah, I didn't see it. So
it was just walk. Unless you saw another video that I didn't see.
I ain't see no videos. I just heard the reports of the Islanders getting into it with vacationers.
Okay.
And it was happening. It was happening in places.
Who's tripping in this situation? Are the natives tripping or are the Islanders tripping?
I'm gonna say you said the Islanders or the natives?
Yeah, the vacationers.
Yeah,
I was gonna say those the same.
So I see Stephanie's on his and she take a lot of trips and she go on vacation. So Steph, let us know when I guess the issue is the people in Hawaii who who lost their homes and their properties, they're upset with people who are vacationing still while they're going through this trauma. So let us know. Are we tripping? What's
I think
talk about it.
I'm going with the Islanders can be tripping.
There you go. We got a caller.
It also depends.
We got somebody.
Talk about it.
It also depends on what they're doing.
Caller.
Hello, caller.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Wait,
the natives is tripping, but they blaming the vacationers for the wrong thing. The natives tripping because the corporations are taking over their land and building more vacation getaways and taking over their land and actually force these people off their land.
Okay.
That's actually what they really saying, what started the fire, why they ain't talking about it in the first place.
Tell me that.
They want these people to nobody ain't telling you how the fire got started.
Right.
They wanted them to sell their land. They wanted them to sell their land. They said, no, we're not selling our land. They burnt their land down. Now they got to move.
Ooh.
And the corporations are going to take it over and they're going to make it into a vacation resort. And so the people that live there, they fighting back saying, no, we don't want no more resorts. We don't want no more people coming here. We don't want, this is our home. This is not no vacation resort. And we don't want that.
Okay.
And that's why they running the people off so that the corporations don't make no money to keep making more resorts because they running them off the island.
Yeah, context matters, right?
And if you ever like not just visit but actually stayed in Hawaii, you either extremely rich or extremely poor.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean extremely poor. And that the money that's generated from the island, it goes to all the corporations. It's like maybe like a handful of major corporations, they get all the money.
Okay.
Those people get nothing.
Yeah.
And so that's why they fighting back, because they never wanted to do that in the first place. And how we even took Hawaii, it was owned by a queen, and the queen, she chose to die rather than hand over the island to the United States, and they came and took it away.
That's what
we actually took that from them.
Yeah.
So that's why they fighting back. But they blaming the people that's coming on vacation, but it's actually the corporations that they don't want them there. They don't want them to turn their home into an island paradise. This is our island. This is not y'all island getaway.
I hear that. I appreciate that. Thanks for calling.
Right.
You. We appreciate that for the context.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at these comments, and so what we got here? Shayna says, "What's that?
What that got to do with my vacation, though?" Ooh. I'm just saying.
Ooh. Stephanie, what Steph say?
I've spent my money for my vacation. I didn't cause the issue. Please leave me alone.
Lord Jesus, have mercy.
No, that's kind of like, and it's not like you've been like, I can say if you went over there and had like a whole, you had a whole big old party and boom, 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 and they see you out here and then you making them do the luau and doing all this other stuff. You know what I mean?
You got the dude twirling the thing, and
right?
You got your grass skirt on, yeah.
Right, but if I'm just out there and I'm sitting at the resort and then I decide to walk out to the beach for the day, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm really kind of just minding my own business. Being disrespectful is like what I thought. That's just me.
Okay, I hear that.
Hey.
All right. Well, that's this day in history.
And flights are kind of cheap right now to go over there.
Man, stop that. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right, we got a book of the day. You got something to say about who gonna bring it to us or no?
Oh, hold on.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun dun dun. Dun, dun,
the
dun.
book of the day.
The book of the day is by.
Today's book is brought today's book of the day segment is brought to you by the Barbershop Book Club. The Barbershop Book Club helps motivate kids by offering a free cut and a free book for those who read it out loud while getting their fresh cut. Follow Central Station on Facebook to learn more about the incentives and to donate culturally relevant books for our kids.
All right, check you out. Like you was in the Barbershop Book Club for a minute there. All right, so so today's book of the day is The Color of Law by Richard Rothstein.
Ooh.
Richard Rothstein, in his book, is a comprehensive exploration of how the government policies and practices, particularly in the housing sector, have systematically perpetuated racial segregation and inequality in the United States. The book talks about government-sponsored segregation. Rothstein argues that racial segregation in housing wasn't simply the result of individual or market forces. It was actively promoted and enforced by government policies. Federal, state, and local governments played a significant role in creating and maintaining segregated neighborhoods. Also, he talks about redlining and restrictive covenants. The book delves into the history of redlining the book delves into the history of redlining, a discriminatory practice where government agencies denied loans or insurance to certain neighborhoods based on racial composition. Restrictive covenants were also used to prevent people of color from buying or occupying homes in white neighborhoods. Rothstein also discusses how public housing projects were often segregated, concentrating Black residents into poor and racially isolated communities. The lack of investment and discriminatory practices further perpetuated segregation in these housing projects. The segregation created by these policies has led to significant disparities in wealth and opportunities between white and Black Americans. Home ownership is a primary source of wealth accumulation, and the denial of equitable housing opportunities has contributed to the racial wealth gap. And these are some of the things that he talks about and highlights in the book, The Color of Law, which is the book of the day. I think the Foundation for Healthy St. Petersburg might have brought him here.
Yes. I remember. I went.
Okay,
I went at the Bayfront Center. I mean,
I don't know where they was at.
I think it was
USF. Was it at USF?
It was somewhere.
Okay, yeah, it'd have to be. It's on the planet. But yeah, how was it when you went? Did you remember any takeaways from being there?
I mean, it just kind of reaffirmed some of the stuff we already knew. He kind of got the dates. He had the maps.
Okay.
I think he brought out the redlining maps.
Right.
Different color coded maps, and then just like related to how it is now.
Okay.
You get what I mean?
Right. Thank you, UB. You be doing this thing, man. He always put the link to the book in there.
Mm-hmm.
We got to do like some affiliate stuff because we probably selling a lot of books. Let's see if we can get them to
break bread.
Yeah. I also saw I saw Ladies First this weekend. Ladies First. This is like a story of women in hip hop.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's a documentary on Netflix.
Okay,
it's actually pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good. They had what I liked about it was the intergenerational storytelling that they had. So when they were doing like a story of women in hip hop, they had like a lot of new artists, and they may not. I mean, just new to me. They may be new, and then some of them just new to me. But female artists was talking about their experiences and their contributions to hip hop, in addition to having like Queen Latifah, Moni Love, Yo-Yo, MC Lyte, and some of the others early pioneers. So it was actually a pretty good series.
It's good to see the women
it was a series.
Another series.
Another
it's
series.
Good to see the ladies in hip hop, right? And ladies have it so hard because it's already a man dominated coach, like that career, especially
women kind of running it right now though.
And that's what they were saying.
It's like
women kind of been running it. Like a lot of the stuff that they was doing was behind the scenes.
So I can believe that behind the scenes, but like the upfront of it.
Oh yeah, they out.
And then it was really hard because like I had to I wasn't like a huge like female
hip-hop
fan.
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
I didn't care for some of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Like that's just like when I listened to like raps, it was just some girls like I'm like,
okay.
Like
so how you feel about today's hip hop?
It's still
But
I rock with it. Like, you get your beats and stuff like that.
I need to expand my female hip hop haberdashery.
But this is
you think so?
I mean, just because like, so I'll tell you, like I saw what's the name, Rhapsody was on there, and I like Rhapsody, but I just forgot about like Rhapsody because you don't see Rhapsody being promoted and pushed out front. It's like Sukihana and City Girls and that kind of.
They're going to Pound Town,
and I don't know nothing about that. I heard it, but I don't.
So then let's take Suki.
I didn't double click on
it.
So Suki
like one of the
biggest. Our clip.
Say it again.
Suki looked at our clip from Crunk Coco.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she did.
Big shout out Suki.
Okay, that's what's
Sukihana.
And so listen, I'm a fan of like women. Like I'm a fan of people.
Yeah.
Right. So like. Y'all know I booked Suki for an event, but I can't tell you like
a Suki song. Okay.
You probably can. You just don't know it's her.
You didn't know
it's
that
definitely it's definitely on radio.
It is.
Yeah.
So I done
They
heard
definitely
some,
you
but that's
definitely have heard it.
No, I've heard some of her music, but this is what I'm saying is that like it's not in my playlist.
When I had,
you know what I mean?
I had to contextualize it too, because when I was listening, I saw a clip of a Qiana song, and I was like, "Oh my god!" But then I thought about Uncle Luke, and I was like, "Would my reaction be, oh my god, if it was, you know?"
Yeah,
and then it was.
It's still shocking.
Like, even when Plies came out, like you know what, like you were like, "Whoa, hold on."
Okay.
You know,
on Plies,
I didn't hear them Plies songs.
Her first. PP.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, some of the songs.
This is how old it is that you forget. Go on break. Just play it on your phone. But anyway,
don't stop. Get it.
But no, but I'm a fan of like.
Oh, we done moved on from the fire.
Oh yeah, we surely have. We done went 3 subjects in. But yeah, so I'm a fan of music.
Okay.
Like I'm a fan.
I agree.
Like I like it all. Even if you get in my car, like it all. I like it all.
Big shout out to Steph. Steph say, man, what kind of event did you book Suki for?
Oh, so it was the Pretty Girl Takeover. I booked Suki, Mulatto, Trina.
Okay, Kiss say, I cringe at all of it on the first listen.
The bop comes later.
I can kind of say it is bop worthy music though.
That's how they
you will catch a bop.
You get the bop, and then now you singing the hook.
I think Kiss put me up on this term. Maybe this was like years ago. We had a conversation about it. We talked about like sometimes you feel like you need ear condoms.
Ooh.
Just you know, because it's like, it's kind of rough, man.
But I will tell you this stuff. Suki was one of the most professional as far as getting stuff
like
done.
The business side of it.
And you can see her career is progressing as of such too.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? She's being seen more professionally.
You know, her manager was Tip Miami that was on the show with her, right? And Tip was like on it too. Like her management.
They pushing her now. I don't know who they pushing her though.
Yeah.
So
I hear that.
And she trying to date everybody, right?
It's 8 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
We need to
let's
take a break and come back.
Thank you, Mr. Edmond.
Let's think about that. I want to talk about what Jad was putting in the chat. Qiana and Dr. Omar.
Yeah.
Whatever happened with that whole thing?
I think it disappeared.
Yeah. So after that, we're going to talk about this earthquake that happened in California. There's a public saying they don't want dogs in there, and the cost of being unequitable. We're going to talk about those things. We also got to ask Qiana a question. Some headlines. So y'all stick around for it. We'll be right back after the break. Up next is Democracy Now!
Yes.
Science. We'll be attempting to find out the weight of the internet using the latest high-tech kit.
I've also got a set of weighing scales and a ruler.
Plus, we go cable hunting and argue about what actually counts as the internet.
The newsroom is next. This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
India, China, and South Africa are holding a major summit as the group looks to expand.
I think this summit is going to demonstrate the coming together of the global south in a show of unity, in a show of strength, and in a show of friendship and cooperation.
We'll go to British Columbia, where Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has deployed the military as more than 400 wildfires have forced over 35,000 people to evacuate.
As Canadians are seeing in the horrific images they see of devastation and fear of residents in Northwest Territories and in BC, it is an extraordinarily serious situation.
All that and more coming up. Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. In Guatemala, progressive politician Bernardo Arévalo has declared a decisive victory in a presidential runoff election against former First Lady Sandra Torres. Arévalo, leader of the Semilla party, took nearly 60% of the vote Sunday. He's vowed to fight corruption and push for social reforms. His supporters poured into the streets of Guatemala City to celebrate.
Democracy won. We will be able to dream of a different Guatemala. I hope little by little we will abolish poverty. There's new hope for Guatemala. Guatemalans are happy, and we are telling these corrupt politicians they must respect our vote. Guatemala has already changed.
Bernardo Arévalo is the son of the former president, Juan José Arévalo, Guatemala's first democratically elected president who pushed for revolutionary policies when he was in office from 1945 to 51. We'll go to Guatemala City for more after headlines. Ecuadorians also took to the polls Sunday for a snap presidential election. Leftist Luisa González took the lead in the first round and will face Daniel Noboa in a runoff election in October as neither candidate won over half the vote on the first round. González is a member of former President Rafael Correa's Citizen Revolution Movement Party. Noboa is a businessman whose father, Álvaro Noboa, is one of Ecuador's wealthiest people. Álvaro Noboa is a banana industry magnate who previously ran for president, has been accused of multiple tax and labor violations. Luisa González spoke to supporters Sunday.
And just like that,
we're back. Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Qiana.
I am the one and only Mr. Edmund.
This program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project at the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That?
See That.
And we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool. Because smart is
the new
gangster.
Baby.
So Steph said, "Don't judge me. She loves Suki." Okay,
This is the no judgment zone.
Judgment free, man. Judgment free zone.
No.
For real.
A lot of people love Suki. Because Suki just like, forget it, this is who I am.
Yeah. That was a part of the documentary. That's what we was talking about before the break. If y'all missed it, we was talking about the ladies first, story of women in hip hop. A story of women in hip hop.
And so, how did we get to Suki?
And we were talking about the new artists and their content.
And that's how we got to Suki.
And that's how we got to Suki.
Yeah, and we was asking why did I like or whatever.
Big shout out to Suki Han and all the new rappers.
Yeah.
This ain't a shot at the girls.
No, right.
City girl. You got the city girls. Oh, and Sharonda said Jabbar on this morning. He had his coffee.
He had his coffee. No, that's right though.
Yeah.
But that was the other part of it, and I'll just look at Elmo after this. But what they were talking about was that the diversity of the women, and how before it used to be like you could only get one at a time.
Right.
And so it was like, you have Nicki Minaj, and then you have whoever it's like you get one big star and then everybody else kind of chasing that star. But now you got it's just like women in hip hop, and they all have multiple versions, expressions, some rapping about feeding the homeless, and some rapping about eating,
the homeless.
the homies.
So
Eating the homies, some feeding the homeless. So yeah.
Nicki probably was the last female artist that like rocked by herself.
Okay.
What you talking about?
Like in this, like, just be the star at that moment.
Because Nicki won all the awards at one time.
What about Cardi B?
Cardi B started doubling up though.
But that's what I'm saying. But look how far along Nicki was doing her thing before Cardi came in.
Yeah. And then Cardi, I like what she was doing. Like, she was hooking up with like top other females.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not sure if that was, you had some stuff like that.
Nicki did. Nicki worked with other artists.
Okay. Yeah. And put other people in and get, it's like double dutch.
So like after Nicki, Cardi came in, and now you see the City Girls. You see them all in here when at the awards. Back then, it was like Nicki won. Nicki.
Yeah, but I think that speaks more to who the machine want to invest in than the talent. Because I'm not saying, it just seems like it's a lot of money on female rappers right now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
A lot.
So that's speaking to the industry.
More so than anything. You get what I'm saying? Because the industry is paying for those spins. So when you listen to the radio, just count them.
Matter of fact, I think they said Nicki hit a milestone, like the first one to do 1 billion streams or something like that. Like another.
You sure?
Something, first female or something like that. Yeah. Again, females in hip hop. That's what it is. Y'all heard about this earthquake, man?
In California?
Yeah. Magnitude 5.1 earthquake hit in Ventura County. The quake, which occurred 4.3 miles southeast of Ojai, was first reported at 2:40 p.m. yesterday with a preliminary magnitude of 5.0 and was later upgraded to a 5.1. Several smaller tremors were felt around the same area, all of which range between 2.8 and 3.6. The aftershocks continued well into Sunday evening. At least 5 more earthquakes hit the area between 9:48 and 10:30, according to the U.S. Geological Survey.
Wow, that's bananas.
And they got a hurricane coming.
Yep.
They do. Hold on. Hello, caller.
Caller, you on there?
Yo, this King Jab. How y'all doing this morning?
Doing well. What's good, King Jab?
Hey, man, I'm glad y'all hit this topic. I actually spent most of my day yesterday communicating with my peoples on the West Coast because it was actually a hurricane and an earthquake.
Yes.
At the same time?
Yes.
Yeah. California hasn't been hit an earthquake with a hurricane in our lifetime.
Yeah, they said 85 years or something like that. Since like 1930.
Yeah, I was giving them our Florida hurricane tips.
Yes.
Helping a lot of people out and just helping them be prepared, in case they lose power or whatever. So shout out to my peoples in Cali. The worst thing about it is it's a desert region, so they really can't handle that water. So the biggest threat is going to be the mudslides.
Oh man, yeah. So it's a lot in store. So what we're seeing right now is just kind of the prelude to what happens afterwards, right?
Yeah, well, the hurricane wasn't that bad, but the ground can't handle all that water.
So where's Ventura County from where the hurricane hit?
Ventura County, what, about 30 minutes from LA? That's where the earthquake hit.
It was in LA.
That's actually where I live. That's actually where I stay at when I go to California, close to Ventura County, North Hollywood.
Oh man, wow.
Yeah. So that's all us close. It's the same thing as St. Pete. It ain't nothing but Clearwater, St. Pete, Largo. And you make it seem like a big vast area, but it's all locked in the same. But just really the terrain, it's more of a concern about the desert terrain and holding a lot of that water, that flood water. So y'all just pray for your peoples, man.
No, that's right. Appreciate that, man. Thanks for calling, King Jab. King Jab, the voice of the people. Kids say a hurricane.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, prayers out there.
They got a hurricane going out there. Mama Blue said it was her dad's 88th birthday. She said her flight was canceled because she was going out there to celebrate the 88th birthday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, wow. Going back to Cardi B, Kiss said, I like Cardi. Cardi stayed close to who she was and didn't let them turn her into a puppet.
Yeah, I like Cardi.
Yeah, I like that too. But that definitely praying for people out there dealing with the hurricane, because that really is a thing, man. Like they was getting ready for it, and then they was talking about. I saw one of the articles. They have different types of quakes. So like some do the up and down thing, and this one was like side to side. And the guy was basically telling how, it was moving side to side, and you can like see the clothes in his closet, shaking, and yeah.
And see, I
hurricane
think
or earthquake. Which would you rather?
I'm going with the hurricane.
Would you rather?
Neither.
Okay.
Well, it don't matter where you at.
Well, you definitely wouldn't want both.
You wouldn't want so you got the hurricane, earthquake, tornado.
That's all in the mix, right?
Yeah, you can get a tornado from a hurricane.
So for my spiritual people, what's going on out there? I mean, that's one of them questions like, man, you got people that be reading and thinking about, stuff we growed up hearing, last days, earthquakes, storms, all of that stuff.
Plagues.
Yeah. Like really seeing
crime.
This, I mean, we seeing it in our lifetime, man. Sounds like Mother Nature. I almost read it. That's what happened when you don't read it first.
I don't see what you see yet.
You got to read these things first before you just say it. You can't just be saying stuff.
Kiss had her coffee. Kiss had her coffee.
She really did. You can't just be reading stuff that's in the chat right now.
Yeah, you be. And then, yes, because.
But that sounds about right, though.
Yeah,
No, that's serious. That's serious because they said these days would come.
Yeah, and they here, man. Like for real. So yeah, like King Jab said, definitely pray for the people out there, people that's dealing with hurricanes and earthquake at the same time.
And our weather should be okay. This week that we got like a 10% chance throughout the week. So this week we won't have.
Mama said it happened when I was much older. Which is what happened.
I'm glad it didn't happen.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Y'all remember that song?
I remember that.
Who sang that song? The original.
That was New Edition, wasn't it?
I think it was.
Have you seen Michael Bivins' interview?
No.
He has an interview.
Okay.
With Mav Hoffa.
Is it new? Something
Listen,
new?
yes.
Okay.
Michael Bivins is like really, really the godfather.
Okay.
When he tell you who he came up under and how he did everything he did, it's crazy.
Okay. Michael Bivins, Bell, Biv DeVoe.
Yeah.
I love New Edition.
Yeah, me too.
I think that was my first concert.
That's probably one of the best groups of all time.
Yeah, I like how they did it too, man. Just when they split, everybody kind of did their thing, and they came back together.
Man, in the
formed
interview,
a group within the group.
Listen, in the interview, Michael Bivins said he kicked Bobby Brown out.
Okay.
He said, "I wish I wouldn't have kicked him out the group."
Oh man, wow.
That's what he said.
Yeah. And Bobby Brown, I mean, the documentary, it was like his group. It was his group anyway. Like, how you kick me out my group? I'm the one who started this group. But Bobby, man, I remember Bobby solo, that Ronnie record, that whole album. That's one you could put in and just play.
Yeah.
When he hooked up with Babyface and had some of that Teddy Riley production, that New Jack, man, Bobby had some stuff you could put in and just not have to skip.
Oh, that whole era was.
You forget Bobby Brown because of the headlines and the stuff that he was dealing with.
But yeah, he was the man.
He was the man.
Nah, he was.
Yeah, Bobby was it, man. For real, for real.
So if y'all like good music like that and want to become Bobby Brown,
okay,
come to Sing Puff and Paint on Saturday.
Okay.
Get your inner Bobby Brown on.
Get your tickets in.
Get
Since you talk
Bobby
about
Brown queued up.
Yeah, cause
Sing Puff and Paint.
Yeah, cause Damon was Bobby.
Okay.
Yes, he was.
He came in there. Yeah.
Okay. Had the moves and all of that.
He did the moves and everything.
They be clowning Bobby now, how he be on the stage. I'm like, man, y'all.
Listen, man, they don't know who they messing with.
The OG. The OG. We done growed up to be the uncles, man. The uncle who be juking and dancing and like y'all.
Somebody go get your uncle, man.
But don't know that the uncle used to be it for real. But now you just see him as the uncle who be tripping. But
hey, that spin on you.
Watch out now.
On you. And that's how you do it too. On you. I'm finna spin on them. That's what it is. Publix. So Publix to Florida. Don't bring your dogs inside.
Unless they're service animals.
See, now Publix done drew the line.
Big signs are popping up at Publix stores reminding customers that only legit service animals are welcome, and some customers actually concur.
Leave the dog
I concur.
in the car.
And I'm a dog.
With
I'm
the
a
car
dog
running
person.
and the windows up.
You're a pet parent, right?
I am.
Yeah.
So you leave the dog in the car with
I
the air on?
Well, I leave him home with the air on.
You don't take it. You know, you go into the grocery store. You don't leave. You don't bring the dog.
No. So I took Blue to like Home Depot.
They saying in the chat. Look, thank you, Publix.
Right. So
by time. Right?
That's about the only store that like I brung my dog to. It's like Home Depot.
Okay.
And they need to be banned there too.
There you have it.
It ain't no so.
Just go ahead and just all out ban on pets.
No.
Hello, introduce yourself, caller.
Good morning. This is Miss Davis. How y'all doing this morning?
Miss Davis, how you doing?
I was calling because of that sign from Publix, no pets in the store.
Yes.
Because it's so funny because I have an allergy to pet standards. And so every time we go to the store, it's always like a pet around. And I don't see them licking on fruits and stuff. And I'm like, I'm going to go to a different store. So that's a good policy because people don't watch a lot of people don't watch their pets and what they're doing while they're shopping in the store. And unless they're a service dog, I think that should be a rule because, you know, some people just, you know, like you say, if you got an allergy and, you know, you walking past a dog, you will never know what may happen.
That's
so
true.
That's a good look.
Just imagine if it wasn't Publix, you in a black store
right,
and the dog
yeah.
and the dog lick the dog on fruit right there in front of you.
But you ain't gonna see no dog in the black store because you gonna know black people ain't gotta tell you don't bring no dog.
They ain't gotta say nothing.
You
know to leave that dog outside.
You just know you don't bring no dog
So
in
we're
here.
all okay with Publix.
I mean,
I'm 100% okay
I am
with.
absolutely okay.
And then
with Publix.
you know you see the
Who?
people
Publix?
with
them and with this policy.
I ain't sure I'm all right with all Publix policies.
Some
of Publix policies.
I put a comma there and kept it going.
Some of Publix policies need to be talked about.
Oh, well, we talking about this policy.
Okay.
And this policy, we good.
And if I asked them which ones, what would happen?
Supporting them conservative.
Oh, they do? They give their money to people who don't like us?
Okay. All the time.
Okay, I believe that.
All of it.
Home Depot, too. That was
all of it.
Yeah, a lot of them.
So then I also, on the flip side of this pancake,
Uh-oh.
I see where they donate and give a lot of stuff to the people we like, too.
Do they give as much?
They playing both sides of the field. If you ask me,
is it comparable magnitude?
It may be. I don't know, but
no.
I just see
no.
Yeah, Mr. Edmund, that's a Jabbar fact.
It's definitely a Jabbar fact.
It's an American fact
that they're not giving as much to the community.
It's an American fact. Them people got 2 stores downtown St. Petersburg, Florida. If they don't tell you something, you don't know.
Wow.
We got 2 on 34.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about it. Keep talking about it. Bring up evidence. They got 2 more. They got 2 more on the beach. They got 2 more on the beach.
I got distracted. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Bring the evidence up.
He said we got 2 on
downtown St. Pete.
Then I said we got 2 right here on the south
and then I said you got 2 more on the beach.
I got it, but what's the point of that?
The evidence is very clear.
That's why I'm trying to go with. He
because
said
they have multiple
the evidence
locations.
Is very clear.
No, I'm just saying this is
what's
one
the case we trying to prove.
I don't know. That's why I'm trying.
The point you're proving is.
Stay tuned to the next episode.
I might have been able to follow it, but
stay tuned to the next episode.
I'm finna tell you what.
I checked out for a second, y'all.
I'm finna tell you what just happened. So he was making a point that they was only with the conservative, right?
Okay.
You see that downtown St. Pete too? Then I'm like, wait, they got 2 right here. So
that was the pivot.
So it messed up his whole theory.
His premise was they working with the conservatives, so they got locations downtown. 2 of them, in fact. But then you find they got 2 on the south side.
And so that messed up.
With 2 more on the beach.
Okay.
So you know to just go and keep it rolling where he can't say. He just stay tuned.
No, Shayna, it wasn't that I just got distracted. I just checked out for a minute. Like I'm in this chat, y'all got me paying attention to the chat, and y'all is off the hook in the chat, man.
And so Sharona says it's easy to get sponsored by Publix.
Okay. Not after this.
Not after.
No, you can't go ask nobody.
Yeah, we done blew the we done blew the relationship with Publix.
So okay. Have y'all seen them fake service animals?
What we really was saying was
that wasn't me.
The views expressed on this program. Man,
No.
nah. I'm with you when you're right, man.
And I'm with you when you're wrong too. A lot of times.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it in the car. We'll talk about it in the car, man.
So you ever see the people with the fake service animals?
They just got the little vest on.
And this is how you know they're not service animals.
Fake service.
No, tell me.
Service animals are never distracted. They don't veer
I could never be a good service animal.
So they don't play with anybody else. They don't jump.
No, your service animal can just be the dog you like. And I ain't got to be specifically trained. It can just be, okay, I love Spunky. Spunky make me feel better.
No.
Doc put the thing on them and we good.
If you're going, if they're supposed to be, if they're an emotional support where you are supposed to be out in the community and you have that vest, then yes, they are supposed to be trained. The doctor can tell you that you need a service animal and you can something for emotional support and you can have that for emotional support. But to be a service animal, you have to go through training and everything else because they're supposed to pay attention to. They pay attention to all your moves and everything. So they're on a job,
right?
So they won't. The kids can't come play with them. They ain't gonna.
They service.
They're servicing while they're out there. So if you see somebody and the owner yanking them,
that ain't a service animal.
That's just their pet.
That's one that they still working on.
No, that's one that they just.
So
put
you
a
can't
jacket
convert
on.
your pet to a service animal. Be like.
You got to go through the training.
We finna,
There's some training, like there's so many hours and everything else, just like anything else.
Right,
you got to get trained and certified.
Except
what, Jamal?
concealed care.
Oh, you don't need training for that. Yeah, you just
pregnant pause.
Just qualify.
I'm just saying. You talking about training? You talking about training just like anything else? I know something you ain't got to do. You don't need no training for.
Well, I would highly suggest that you still get your concealed training. And this weekend there is a gun show.
Okay, it's always a gun show.
They rotate around.
Yeah, they need to.
There was one at the Armory I saw.
Yeah, that's a smaller one that they have, and it's a little bit more expensive. But like the big one in Tampa, you get to go there on the first day. Get there early. You get the best sales. The whole yada yada, and it's a lot of inventory. 2 days. You go on Sunday, still good set, but it's kind of empty. People listen.
Yeah, they buying it up.
Oh, they're
when you go, they
buying it up.
And if you're looking for good pricing, like on ammo and everything like that, that is a good place to go and buy and do that. And they still.
Y'all know I ain't really into the guns.
Right?
I
know.
So we was having a conversation with my family because I'm kind of the black sheep when it comes to this topic, right? And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna get me a gun. I think no, I'm gonna tell you, but the kind I want is like the one Slick Charles had, and they cloned Tyrone.
That's a nice one.
You seen that?
Hey,
give me one of them Slick Charles type joints.
I'm just calling it comment on Publix.
Okay, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm a part-time employee, but Publix is employee owned.
Okay.
And so therefore, it's a multitude of us that work for Publix.
Okay.
It could be more in management, but it's employee owned, and they have all those stores that's close to each other because they acquired Albertsons.
Okay.
For their alcohol license.
Ah.
And it was Albertsons on 54th, but Publix was always on 34th.
Yep.
So that's why they're so close in.
No, I
I just want to
appreciate
say
that.
that.
How you feel about the policy?
Well, one policy where the owner's daughter, our granddaughter, was supporting Trump, and they said that was her personal money where she supported Trump or whatever. But I mean, it's established from them. But
okay.
I do appreciate my stock options and
I hear that.
ownership.
That. And I've always heard that over the years. Thank you for calling and sharing your perspective as an employee. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's amazing though.
That's why they
Yeah.
say you don't talk politics and religion
Yeah.
with people. That's what they say. Like,
but what she said though,
What they gotta do with anything?
No, but that's what I remember hearing about like Publix, the employee owned, because that's like what we've been talking about, co-ops and employee ownership, and you know what I mean, having the stock options and all of that. And that's what I've always heard about Publix on the positive side. And then recently I heard about the thing like what she said with, you know, the donations and contributions to, you know, conservatives and
so here you go. So your political views is not necessarily has to be that you don't like a group of people. You can like policies.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You can scratch your neck all you want because like
you just reading the man like that. I'm just
because look at him. Yeah. First of all, we done been together long enough.
What that mean? Okay.
Because I'm one of the people. So I'm one of the people. Look. Because before this, I'm one of the people that votes on policies.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I look at the policies and I may line up with Democrats on some, I may line up with Republicans on some.
Mm-hmm.
There's never I'm not one of them people that like because this is my party, it's right.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't make me an informed voter. Like that's for me, that's doing it right. Because if you just voting in line with the crew, then sometimes you might make some bad decisions. Yeah.
But politics have kind of become all or nothing.
That's
right?
unfortunate.
It's been pushed to both extremes.
Yeah.
So like kind of when you're in the middle of the road, you kind of picking a side.
I mean,
no.
I'm just
can you not pick a side? Is there a way to not pick a side?
I mean, so on my registration, my voter's registration, they said I picked a side.
Okay. Some people don't say they didn't.
So, and you know, you got a Democrat, a Republican, and non-party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so
I think the non-party is something like the Tea Party. Not the new Tea Party, the old Tea Party.
I don't know about that.
Me neither.
Okay.
Say more about that. Say more about that.
Because they the people who are not agreeing with the status quo. They the middle. I'm still active, but I'm here for it.
So I remember when I registered in high school, I registered as a non-party.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
What
just
you mean?
as an MPA.
Okay.
You know, independent. I didn't pick a side when I registered as, you know, again, in high school, because I just didn't feel either one of them sides. Like I was like, okay, I'm with it, but
and I
ain't with, like, you know, once you read the history, because like, you know, and you've heard this, I'm sure a lot of us heard this, like, you know, Lincoln was a Republican, and then you hear about the Southern Democrats and how they flip parties and all of that stuff. So it's like a lot of the ideology and a lot of that stuff, man, you just gotta be informed. I think more so than aligning with a party. There's benefits, of course, you know, with primaries and all of that stuff, but like, the main thing is whatever party you own, if you with that party, then you should know what that party's doing for you, your family, your community, and how they supporting you. And then you're basing your vote on that, not just being a member of the party, even though that party is hurting you.
So that's what, so when I became in high school, my grandmother was a Democrat. So when I first started voting and stuff, it was like, my grandma said, vote for this. So this is what I did.
Yeah, that's how most
you know,
start,
and so, the MPA wasn't even like that wasn't even where I was like
an option.
Yeah, because it was just like, this is where we're going. All right.
Your head
and they invalidated the MPA too. And I was like always a kind of outcast.
They still invalidated the
I wanted to be
MPA.
different too. So that was like, how you gonna do that? It's like, because everybody else doing other stuff. I used to just want to do stuff that everybody else wasn't doing.
And I mean, if you truly are informed, a lot of people, and you're not like, no, I'm not.
It's a little more work being an MPA though.
It is.
We got a couple comments.
Yeah.
Check the comments out.
What they saying? What they saying? Start. You tell me.
You gonna tell us to check them out? You know, he
which one?
just
You got
goes.
one in particular?
Oh,
I think that's Shayna.
Which one?
Oh, yeah, the heart. Somebody just hearted it.
Okay. It's just a way for them to see where the vote's gonna go. Everyone should change the MPA, is what she said. Mine say I didn't. I don't know what that means. Context matters. Oh, they talking about you. See, that's why you got to tell us which ones you want to read. All right. Here's Shayna again. We've been brainwashed to be Democrats just based on our parents alone, and they were fooled also.
So here you go. I think when you. So here you go. I'm gonna say
I need to hit the Views Express.
Views Express, but here's the theory. When you say we heard that like we was Republicans first. And then we switched over to Democrats, but I'm gonna say this is life itself. Is that like one party is good, and then you get some bad people, right, and mess it up, and then you go to where it's beneficial, right? And I think most people when they say that feel like we're stuck over here, or we were kind of fooled to come up. But there was some benefits when people went over there. In my mind. So
I like what you say, in my mind.
In my mind.
Because
like,
here's the thing for me too, right? So Bill Clinton, Democrat, right? And some even refer to him as the first black president because he, played the saxophone, say he didn't inhale and all of that stuff. Right. But if you look at his policies, he was the one that like really accelerated the war on drugs, the tough on crime policies. He signed the Biden crime bill. 100,000 officers were put in the streets. So they militarized basically the local police force. Like it was they cut out the welfare safety programs. Like a lot of the stuff that we grew. CETA, matter of fact, everybody talking about CETA jobs. And you had a CETA job. It was Bill Clinton, a Democrat, who ended the CETA program.
And but see, and that's just another sign because a lot of our elders asked for that.
The tough on crime stuff.
The whole platform. And Joe Biden wrote it. So like that's something that was asked for.
Okay.
Like and they forgave him and elected the man who wrote it president.
Yeah.
You gotta just just follow the tape.
But I think they elected the man who voted him because they didn't like the other guy.
That's another part of
something.
Politics, but the reality is
we love him and he would be a good leader.
The reality is
horrible and this is our other choice.
But the reality is they know what that man did.
Yeah.
Because we asked him to do it. They were asked to be tough on crime, stop all the criminals, get the thugs. And then he came and did it.
With hope, down with dope.
20 years later, those people are in control still. And they said, hey, yes, it's him. That's him. We gonna pick somebody else. No, we want him.
Be informed.
Please.
That's it. If you're MPA, and only reason why hello, caller, I'll say this. Caller, introduce yourself.
Man, it's King Jab back at you, man. I'm back in it. I should have just came in the show today.
You really should have.
Hey, so listen, I gotta kind of agree with a lot of our elders was strict. Because with the tough with drug crime policies, you had a lot of the up with hope, down with dope. You had a lot of the things that was going on in our inner city. And as I don't know if you guys heard me say as far as my arraignment, it was about 30 of our elders in there for up with hope, down with dope, holding the signs and everything because they felt like, we were damaging the community and I can't take that from them. But they were at the arraignment. Those people failed to come back to the sentencing when these judges gave these 30 young black men from St. Petersburg over 600 years in total.
Wow. Wow.
And that's the part that we was missing.
Right.
It was like, hey, lock them up. But they didn't see that what they were doing to us on the back end, giving young men life sentences for drugs.
Yeah, and that's 30 fathers. And then you say, okay, well, where's the fathers? You just gave 30 fathers
600 years.
600 years, bro.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, I see it.
I'm with you.
I see it.
All right. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Thank you for that. And the other part of this, so I told you I watched Painkiller, the series on Netflix, documentary. And one of the things that I liked about it was how they had the Sackler family, who was like the Purdue farmers, basically the drug dealers, right? Like the kingpins.
Right.
And then they had the sales force of young women, who was going out making the sales to doctors, getting them to, prescribe the drugs. But then there was like this sub, plot where the prosecutor, one of the state attorneys, heard her brother was in prison for selling crack. And so as she going to see him about his drug dealing, there's this whole drug dealing force, but it's legal and it's supported. And then they talk about in the end how there is no consequence for them. But, oh, no, this is the point that I was making. The point I was making was when they started targeting the drug dealer, his response was, no, we're going to hammer the abusers. And so they basically criminalized the people who were not using their product as directed. And so the way that they deflected the attention off of them as the drug suppliers is they started focusing on the drug users and the people who were abusing the product. And they basically criminalized those who were sick and hooked on the product, which is the same play that they ran on crack. Like we didn't talk about the planes. We didn't talk about where the drugs was coming from. We very rarely talked about, and especially when it was happening, about the CIA's role in it, the Contras. Like we didn't connect those dots until years later. You know what I'm saying? That this was a part of a bigger play, and we were the pawns in that.
Aren't we always
that
at the end of the day like we're the like?
But they criminalized the people who were hooked on the drug.
And know what I think about? Like now that new opium is, where they get all this opium from? Yeah. And then you think, where they get it from? Same place other people get it from.
Yeah, I remember a documentary on Afghanistan, and they was talking about the poppy fields and how they was guarding the fields where the poppy was.
Yeah, because the pharmacy companies need that product.
Yeah, it's interesting, but yeah, so criminalizing the users was a tactic that they have worked on consistently. And then they was talking about the incentives. Another one of the things with that Clinton-Biden crime bill was that the incentives that they gave was for the number of years. And so that they incentivized these long sentences.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the same thing was with the opioid piece, was they incentivized milligrams, like, you know, the dosage. So they didn't reward them on how many pills they sold. They rewarded them on the dosage. And so it was in their interest to have them prescribe stronger dosages so that they, as the dealers, can make more commission, because the more you prescribe, the more they made. And so they would lean on the doctors to say, we want you to prescribe, you know.
Yeah, they gave them a kickback too.
Yeah. It was.
They just settled for like
drug dealing in America,
$1 billion.
Y'all check it out. Painkillers. Really,
it is.
They just settled for like $1 billion, a couple $1 billion.
They said like $4 billion. Nobody went to jail. They said it was the whole. You gotta watch it. I'm giving some spoilers, but
you really like this.
Yeah.
I was sitting up here thinking, because usually like I'm not gonna give it away. I'm not gonna, but.
That ain't no spoiler. This stuff happened in the news.
It happened, yeah, but you just got to see how it plays out. But it was good. It was well done, I think. And I think they need more like that to highlight a lot of these other social issues that we faced and have seen in our lifetime. And that was the other part about watching it. When you watching it, it's like, okay, yeah, that was in our lifetime. I remember seeing how this stuff played out, and I remember the lawsuit, but how we got there and the path to get there was some of the things that they were highlighting. So,
yeah, and I feel like it only becomes an issue when it attacks their community. As long as it's our community and it's not their daughters and sons that's coming down here using it, as long as it's at our doorsteps, it's okay. But as soon as their privileged children come down here to get it, now it's an issue.
Well, that's the change in the approach. Was like when you see who the majority of the population that's hooked on it, that's when it becomes a public health thing as opposed to a public safety and a crime thing.
Oh, I'm glad you're talking about that, because right now, like the fastest growing overdoses of opioids and stuff is in the Black community.
Yeah.
So I was watching the newscast of how it flipped.
Okay.
Before people noticed, and you can think of all the Black people who dying over overdoses. A lot of stars are dying over overdoses. That is a bigger sign that's going on in our community.
Right.
People ODing, people going through withdrawals, and people not getting that medicine. I think it's Narcan.
Yeah, Narcan.
And it bring you back.
After you overdose.
It bring you back. So they're trying to make that more plentiful in our community.
Yeah, Dr. Brittany. Shout out to Dr. Brittany.
Yeah.
I know she was working. She had gotten them to donate them. I don't know who they are, but she got some people to donate some Narcan, and was working towards like a plan to distribute it and being able to get it out.
Yeah, I just seen that they have something where Narcan is like available, like it's more accessible.
Then you got to know how to, administer it and all of that. I remember I found a dude overdosed in my alley behind my house, man. That was a scary sight, man. You know,
he brought him back with the Narcan.
They brought him back with the Narcan. Yeah, he's sitting in the car running, slumped over, foot on the brake.
It's a lot of people dying of that stuff, and having those overdoses and having that Narcan close.
Yeah,
is a game changer.
Absolutely.
All right. Do we have Ask Qiana?
We do. And today's Ask Qiana is brought to you by the One Community Grocery Co-op. Join us as an owner to help us build a thriving store that meets community needs for fresh, healthy, and nutritious foods. Your ownership makes a difference. To learn more, you can visit the website ocgc.coop or attend an upcoming event to learn more. There's also a Facebook page for One Community Grocery Co-op. You can check that out as well. All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
I'm laughing. This one a trip.
Okay.
All right. So, hey, Qiana, I could really use your advice. My husband and I recently discussed having a threesome. And while I agreed to the idea, he surprised me by already having someone in mind. I'm feeling a bit uncomfortable about this and would prefer to be involved in the choosing of the third person. How should I approach him about my feelings and address the fact that he already had somebody in mind? Why are you laughing like?
Because this is a funny. Okay, so how I'm gonna say you're in control.
Okay.
Like it ain't happening unless you okay it.
Okay.
Right. There's different rules when it comes to this. I think, especially when you're married. I don't think if you're gonna do this, you don't play in your own background, like your backyard.
What you mean?
Like you don't nobody that you could touch. Nobody that like you got to be insecure about. Like bringing somebody else in your bedroom, it can be real.
So you saying it should be a stranger?
Listen. So here you go.
No, I'm saying because you said somebody you can touch. Does that mean a stranger? I'm just trying to be clear.
Yeah. So go out to Vegas and have a good time.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Don't do it with none of your friends.
No, because then you're gonna be looking at your friend crazy.
Okay.
You know, like your friend look at your man one good time and smile. Now you think they creeping behind you.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I see that.
Yeah. What y'all say, fellas?
I ain't doing it.
I subscribe to.
I'm not doing it.
So I subscribe to don't do it, right? Look, kids say don't do it. So I subscribe to don't do it. But I've had these conversations. But I'm going to tell you, only people who get threesomes, if you subscribe to this, is faithful people. Your man got to be faithful to you before you
reconsider. Read some literature on the subject. You sure?
Jabbar, you got something?
No, I ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
Look, married man, like no,
man.
I got one.
I know my wife ain't, man, please.
I got one. Stop cutting one chicken wing in half and selling it for $2.
Okay. That's the sage wisdom. We're going to wait on you. Elaborate.
A pregnant pause.
Elaborate, my brother.
I'm just saying, you go to a place like Gyros and they cut a chicken wing and then sell you 2 and say you got 20 wings and then we're going to give you 2 extra. We're going to give you some extras because no, that's the wings you owe me, man.
Okay, so stop cutting the wings.
That's the wings you owe me, man. Talking about you giving me free wings.
So
the wings you owe me, man.
We really cannot make this up.
I love this pivot, though.
But we cannot.
That's so solid.
They owe me.
Yeah. And that's how you handle it.
So here, and I will tell you this.
I like what Kid said too.
She said, "Don't do it."
No, she said the fact that he picked the female already troubles the soul.
I was just about to go there. Shayna said something too. It seems like the husband already had his eye on his choice. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's what the issue is. So
right.
It's like, the question was, how should I approach him about my feelings and address the fact that he already had someone in mind?
Okay, so let's be real. You're not the only pretty person in the world.
Okay.
Right. And if people don't.
That was
say
a shot.
No,
that's the truth.
And so people don't speak your mind. Like even if you'll never cross the line, an attractive person. If your man or your woman have attractive friends, and even though you may not say it out loud, and people gonna be like, you in your mind, you're like, oh yeah, they nice looking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think your mind should wander beyond that. But life
it ain't
is
like
life.
a lustful, but this is just an acknowledgement that somebody looked good.
And then honestly, it is troubling that but I can't.
He already had this.
But so listen, you got 10 friends.
Yeah.
You know which one is your prettiest, right? Typically, or you feel that's the prettiest of your friends. Your man probably feel the same thing too. So if I'm gonna take,
it don't say who he had in mind though.
Well, whoever.
If he had one of her friends in mind, that would like definitely be another layer in the complexity of this whole thing. Like if he had somebody in mind and it was a stranger, would that be okay? Or if he had, because what you're saying is like he had somebody in mind and it might have been one of her friends.
It sounds like if he already had somebody in mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
It has to be somebody that entered some type of orbit of theirs.
Okay.
Or hit, you know what I mean? Like it came in. You can't have a stranger in mind that you ain't, you know what I mean, that you ain't met.
Okay.
It gotta be,
okay.
even if it's somebody at work, you know what I mean? What?
Yeah. Here's the question. Would he be willing to do it if she wanted to invite another man?
Probably not.
I don't know these days.
You're right, but probably not.
I mean, everybody got choices. so who knows? That's a good question.
It is, but I would feel some type of way if he already like.
What if the person he had was another man? Maybe that's why she feeling some type of way.
Ooh. And so here you go. Some people down with it, some people not. Then now we got a whole nother issue.
Okay.
Now we got a whole nother issue.
Maybe it's just not the yeah. Okay. Elmo, y'all. I ain't gonna go in them waters.
No, you don't gotta go in the water. So yes, have the conversation with him. You know, because she asks, how could she have? I mean, honestly, this is your relationship, and if you're gonna explore something, you should be able to speak on it. If you cannot speak on it, then that means that y'all are not ready to have it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because if you can't talk about how you're feeling and what's gonna go on, then neither one of y'all are mature enough to handle the situation. So whatever the fallout of it, because y'all did not talk about it, y'all wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, no, I like that. If you can't talk about it up front, then you're probably not ready to do it.
Right.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that's
so
good
that's
advice.
the Qiana.
That's good advice. Thank you for that, Qiana. All right, we got some community events and things happening. Mr. Edmund, what you got cooking, man? What's going on with the neighborhood?
A lot.
Okay, would you mind sharing? We got time.
You start off.
I think y'all had cardio sport. Oh, so the walk is this weekend too, right? The neighborhood wellness walk is this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That's the 4th Saturday of every month, and it's at 9:00 at Childs Park. So I know that's happening in the neighborhood.
See, what kind of trick question you had?
Man. You're the president of the neighborhood association.
And on August 28th, there's a Child's Park air quality discussion.
There we go.
By the city of St. Petersburg, South USF South Tampa.
Okay.
Oh, South Florida. My bad.
When is that?
August 28th.
Okay.
At 6 p.m.
Okay, gotcha. It's also happening August 28th at 6 p.m. is the strategic visioning session for the 49th Street Business District.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll be doing that. This will be the 3rd meeting, but our first actual strategic visioning session. Really just getting with business owners, stakeholders, inviting them to come out and let's talk about what's possible. So when we talk about strategic visioning, it's basically us taking 49th Street, looking at it like it's a blank slate, blank canvas, with lines and boundaries, of course, and just filling in the blanks, man, saying this is what we like to have here. This is what we want to see. This is what we think should be here. And then being able to put the resources behind it and develop a plan to execute.
I love it because, our city is changing right before our eyes, right? And we didn't have a lot of say-so on what it looks like, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that y'all are like, we finna take this bull by the horns. And you know what? And we finna make sure this look like how we want. I love it.
Yeah, so that's it's an opportunity for you to come out. You don't just have to be a business owner to participate. We're looking for residents as well, stakeholders to come and really tell us about what you want to have happen in the district. And then we're going to begin to assemble the resources to move it.
Sharonda said, Mr. Edmund losing his coffee high. We put a monkey ranch in the combo with the chicken wings.
He really did.
So, yeah.
That was him saying Elmo without saying Elmo.
Yeah, right. He said, don't ask me. So here, Saturday.
Okay.
8:30.
Okay.
To 11:30.
Okay.
Sing, puff, and paint.
Okay.
This Saturday.
Yeah.
Right. Come on ahead and enjoy your a night. If you're looking at a good place to go to, if you a Leo or a Virgo, because it's right in the cusp of that, come out, celebrate your birthday. You and your girlfriends, you and your homeboys, your spouses, come out. Anybody 21 and up is definitely welcome to come and enjoy a great night.
Might be able to find somebody who's going to take you up on that threesome offer.
Maybe. I mean, maybe. But you know where else you might can have that conversation? That he say, she say.
Yeah. Oh, that is a big one.
Yeah.
That's a good spot for it. And then also on Thursday, we're doing a new deal for St. Pete reunion. So Thursday, August 31st, 6 p.m. at the Center for Health Equity, 2333 34th Street South. We put the band back together. We want to tell the story of the new deal for St. Pete, talk about the accomplishments, as well as things that are still, pending, things that we need to get done. And that's going to be this Thursday. So next Thursday.
You got a Facebook page? Facebook event?
There is. That's a Facebook event. We can share the information. Also RSVP, let us know that you're coming so we can make sure we got enough refreshments and all that good stuff.
And then tonight is Monday, so Damon Davis have his podcast.
Okay, yeah.
On Mondays.
Right on.
So if you're looking for something to like tune in.
Yep.
And then today is Money Motivation Monday.
Okay.
So be creative. Think of some ways that you can either up your pay, right? Have a financial plan if you can. Be creative. Think of some great stuff that'll motivate you.
Yeah. And we talked about it on, I think, Friday. We was talking about the electric bills, but just in case you missed it, and you need some help and support with your electric bill, everybody knows that, of course, the Urban League is the go-to spot to get some help. They have that low income home energy assistance program. It assists and provides energy payments on behalf of low-income individuals and families who meet the program's eligibility requirements. And you can find out by going to, or you actually send an email to liheap@pcul.org, liheap@pcul.org, and you can get your questions answered there. The JWB, Juvenile Welfare Board, their Family Services Initiative. If you need help paying your electric, water, or gas bill, or if you need help with other basic needs such as transportation, diapers, or pack and plays. I'm not sure what a pack and play is, but their family services
for the kids.
Okay,
pack and play. Like the little circle, like you pack it up and then you can put it out.
Okay,
and then
okay.
Pack and play.
Well, you can do that too. Get help. Look, I have my kids grown. Connect. The FSI Connect may be able to help. You can give them a call, 727-888-HELP. And they'll be able to assist you as well. The Pinellas County Pinellas Opportunity Council is another one. They have an emergency services program that provides limited financial assistance once a year to help alleviate emergency crisis situations. Services available based upon funding. And if you're seeking assistance, you can give them a call. They help with electric and gas. They help with water. They help with rent. They're not able to help with deposits, though. And if you'd like more information about that, give them a call at 727-822-4492. 727-822-4492 and get that help with your bill. Don't be too proud to ask for the help.
So if you have Spectrum,
okay.
If you have Spectrum and you got mailed the box, today's the last day they upgraded.
When you say mailed the box,
a box like you got
cable box.
Actually, your internet.
Okay.
So if you got mailed that box, I don't know if they communicated or not. Today is the deadline to switch out your old Wi-Fi box.
Okay.
With your new. So if your internet goes out.
Really? I ain't getting no box. That's why I'm asking.
Maybe I don't know. I got a box.
Spectrum owe us.
I ain't getting no box.
I'm just gonna go
well, maybe it might be your. I don't know. But if you got the box, because I seen it at my house. My mama got it. I didn't know what the box was. Boxes? I got some new boxes.
Okay.
And then I read it, and then it was like the 21st. You need to upgrade because
Okay.
Okay. You might be good. You know how like they do it in phases.
I got you.
My phase is on the 20. Today is the day, so I need to switch it out.
Okay.
So just in case you got that brown box from Spectrum, that's what it is.
Okay, that's what's in there.
Yes.
Also, PSTA, they're still offering rides to students and teachers and staff. Free rides on PSTA buses. In order to receive the free ride, you just have to show your school ID. And you can get a free ride on PSTA. There's also the St. Pete Police. They're doing the forfeiture fund grant. So if you know a nonprofit agency that's actually providing services to the community, they have these asset forfeiture funds, and they come from the seizure of money and assets that have been involved in criminal activity. You can get information about how to apply on the St. Pete Community Calendar page on Facebook, or you can go to police.stpete.org and find out about the forfeiture fund grant. Where they take the money from the seized assets and then put a percentage of it back into the streets.
All right.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow at 6 p.m., we have Business Talk Podcast with Sharonda.
Okay.
I think she's going to have guest King Jab on there.
Oh, yeah.
Voice of the people.
The voice of the people. You're going to have Kevin, the chef.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, Adrian. Let's see what else. Yeah. So there's always something happening in St. Pete. Something is entertaining that you can don't ever say there's nothing going on here.
Yeah.
Because we are some creative people. We have a lot of events. We have podcasts. Any of your needs that you need, we can meet them in some type of capacity.
Right on. All right.
Yeah.
Final thoughts, y'all.
So if I had my final thought, if somebody was looking at me, she's like, I'm supposed to start it all. I don't know what to say. See y'all next week.
Next week? Not Wednesday?
On Monday.
No.
See you next week. Okay, I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Not Monday,
Don't worry about
not
it, sweetheart.
Wednesday,
Don't worry about it.
not Friday. We just got 2 more days.
He wishing everybody a good weekend.
So look, you just know
we opened up with how was your weekend, and we closing with have a good weekend.
So in Mr. Edmonds' term, I'm going back on vacation.
yeah, that's it. I done did my one for the week. I done gave y'all the one you gonna get. Right?
No, see y'all on Wednesday. See y'all.
Shayna say it's just Friday.
For real. All right, yeah, just make sure that y'all check out the book of the day. We have a link in there for you, man. It's we're gonna have a few more conversations when we start talking about housing and housing justice and how we can actually do something about what has happened. So that book it provides great context of how we got here with a lot of the housing situations, generational wealth gaps, all of the stuff that we deal with as a community. So check out the book of the day. Also, tap in, go to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club page. You'll see some links for the events and upcoming activities. It's always more that needs to be done and needs to be said. So I appreciate y'all.
Yes, check out all the events that's going on. Thank y'all for supporting the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. If you find it in your heart, share this again. Tag a friend that you never see on here. Let them know to like our page. Send us stars when you do the repay if you like something that you heard. And yes, be the change you want to be or see.
Yep.
Write down those 5 things that make you appreciate life, make you smile and giggle.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Up next, we got Sister Hughes, Tola Praise.
Tola
Praise.
Lose your shoes with Sister Hughes.
And shout all around the house. So y'all stick around for it right here on 99 Gems. This has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
This is Qiana.
I am the one and only Mr. Edmond.
And we out.
Mm-hmm.